is a hot mess, yeah. Feeling kinda lazy, don't wanna get dressed. My attitude's on a whole nother level. Borderline classy, somewhat ghetto, but you love me. Yeah, yeah, love me. I know I drive you crazy, crazy. But you love me anyway. Love me anyway. Love me anyway. You let me be, knowing you can't change me. Can't change me. Love me anyway. Love me anyway. I give it straight, no chaser. Big mouth on the run. I'm not the one you don't want. Do what I want, you can't hold me. It's nothing but love if you know me. I'm hard to handle, but I'm worth it. Worth it, yeah. Gave you my heart, but you earned it. Oh, and I'll always be yours. Always be yours. Just don't try to change me. Don't try to change me. I'm crazy, but you love me anyway. Love me anyway. Love me anyway. Oh. You let me be, knowing you can't change me. Can't change me anyway. Oh, yeah. I'm complicated, but you love how I keep it real. Never had to pretend with you I could be how I feel. And despite everything people might say, take me as I am and love me anyway, baby. Oh, yeah. Love me anyway. Love me anyway, yeah. Love me anyway, yeah. You let me knowing you can't change me. Yeah, you love me anyway. I love the way you love, the way you love me. Hey, yeah. I know I drive you crazy, but you love me anyway. You love me anyway. Yeah. Hey, just love you, girl, love you, girl. You let me be, knowing you can't change me. You love me anyway. Change me. Just love me.
The kiss. The email thread. Not often speechless. However, the honeydew on my lips seems to have sealed them together, as I can't seem to part them to coherency. But allow me to secrete as best I can. I'm digging the feeling, so concealing nothing, trusting that dark places will shine in the light. With cover blown, I peep the unknown to make discoveries of a spiritual kind. Thoughts provoked, the wanting and the needing. My mind's eye can't resist a deeper look. Anticipation can be friend or foe, and the depth of a kiss cannot be measured prematurely. One never knows which way the wind will blow, whether it be in your face aggressively pushing you back, or at your back gingerly pushing you forward. Oh, I too reminisce the kiss, and it was bliss. Spent time, don't mind, 'cause my mind is left spent. Oh, and by the way, I'm pleasantly uncommon, uncommonly delicious.
Would you be with me if I had nothing? If I couldn't buy you something? Now you got your share. Look who's paying. I got your thing together, and you're not staying. I work hard to get the things I have. Ooh. I work hard to get the things you need, and I wanna know why you wanna play on me. Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play on me? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me?
I work hard for the cars I got, my sparkling watch, whether on the block or bonds and stocks. I need a chick who can cook, wash my drawers and socks, and be on my team whether I ball or not. Misplay no games, kids say no names. This ain't gon' change, it's the same old same. Try to put you on crud, that you ask for more, but it's only one thing that I got to know.
Is this just a game that you used to play? Or am I just a fool that's chasing? Girl, I try my best to keep you happy. Instead, you turned around and tried to play me. I work hard to get the things I have. Ooh. I work so very, very hard, baby, to get the things you need. And I wanna know why you wanna play on me. Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Play your little games on me. Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me?
I'm Jay Seuss, but that really ain't no thing. What's your name, boo? I ain't tryna change, I just wanna tame you. I ain't the one to game, lock you down and chain you. I wanna give you thug love, be the one to claim you. See, once you get with me, your life will never be the same, boo. Opposite of plain, ooh, give you diamond rings too. And it ain't no thing too. Let you whip my range, boo. I'm about a lot of things, but I ain't about them games, boo.
Should you, babe? Oh, why you wanna play your little games, baby? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games
Sing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sitting in this place with a smile on my face, knowing you are in my spirit makes my world dance. Where would I be without you? I can't imagine. So glad I took a chance. Midnight lime, oh so sweet. You got my head bopping to a crazy beat. I'm sipping my mojito, trying to let it go. But you know, my heart is just no. My whole universe changed the day I met you. You opened up my soul, you freed my heart, yeah. You gave me courage to make a brand new start. It was no accident me meeting you. Now what should I do? Mid and line, yeah. Oh so sweet. You got my head bopping to a crazy beat. I'm sipping my mojito, trying to let it go. But you know, my heart says no. Can't let it go. Can't let you go. Can't let it go. My heart it says no. Yeah. Can't let it go. Can't let you go. Can't let it go. My heart it says no. Yeah. All I want is your love, baby. All I want is your love. What have you done to me, sugar? You know you set me free. My heart is just no.
Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Salt and pepper goatee, sign of your maturity.
seductive, smooth eyes. You give, don't have to try. You got it all naturally inside. Your eyes, your smile, always drives me wild. You're just so smooth, and this is for the cool in you. Hey, it's something, 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 yeah. Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Something so smooth about you, boy. Yeah. Something so cool about you, boy. Ooh, you're smelling good, boy. So fresh, so clean. Your style of dress, boy, you impress. Looking your best to me. None compared to you. None can do what you do. Unoriginal, unforgettable. I like your flow. Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Something so smooth about you, boy. Something so cool about you, boy. Ooh, baby, ooh, so pleasing to me. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Something about you, baby. Something about you, boy. Drives me crazy. Drives me crazy, yeah. It's something about you. Yeah, it's something that's so smooth. It's something that's so cool. Away, away, away. Away, away, away. Away, away, something about you, boy. Said I'm liking that walking, that talk that you're talking. Said it's pleasing to me. Mr. Salt and Pepper Goatee. It's something so smooth, something so cool, makes me say ooh, ooh, yeah, something, 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 something. Blood will flow when flesh and steel are one, drying in the color of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain wash the stains away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch a lifetime argument. Nothing comes from violence, and nothing ever could. For all those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. Ooh, 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 ooh. If blood will flow when flesh and steel are one, drying in the colors of the evening sun, tomorrow's rain will wash the stains away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch a lifetime's argument, but nothing comes from violence, and nothing ever could. All those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. Fragile, fragile we are. Let me give it to you. I won't hold back. Let me free your mind. Let's release at the same time. I don't need nobody else. They can't make me feel like you do. The way you hold me, the way you kiss me, the way you squeeze me, the way you wrap yourself around, the way you hold me, the way you kiss me, the way you squeeze me. Here it
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you can tune in. We've got some great, great, great music. And of course, you can see we have a great guest today.
Yes.
Help me welcome our guest today, CTK in the house. What's
Hey,
up?
CT. Hey.
Hi, how you doing, y'all?
All
I'm
right,
good,
man.
good.
Very well, man. Thank you for taking out time to come and hang out with us today, man. Your music is hot, man. We just got to doing that Switchblade track, man. That was off the chain.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here and to meet Ms. Joy Spencer and Mr. Ray Mack and Mr. Gary Towns. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Well,
Yes, thank you.
I'm missing
Thank you.
Griselda though, but I did want to meet her as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had a message from Griselda, and she just wanted to tell everybody hello and everything. And sorry, she had some issues with her internet connection this afternoon, and I think they're having a storm or something there in the area. But she said she'll definitely keep trying, though. If she hopefully keep our fingers crossed, or maybe we might hear from her before the show is over.
I
But
hope so.
but yeah. So but again, sir, welcome.
Thank you.
Man, I tell you. And I guess can I call you Clarence?
You may call me Clarence.
All right, Clarence. Yeah, man.
I'll
Well,
call you Theodore. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
Go ahead, Gary.
Well, no, because that's what
I'm gonna leave it alone.
that's what I was just kind of leading into, because I knew some people was kind of wanting to know the name, your stage name, CTK, and they wanted to know, what did it represent, and so you can kind of fill us in on that.
It's Clarence Theodore Kyle Jr.
Oh,
All right.
Junior. I didn't know that.
My wife, who I went to junior high school and high school with, has been calling me Teddy ever since.
Oh,
Bye.
you got some names.
Oh, yeah. Couple I can't mention, but yeah.
So why did you choose the initial CTK on as your stage name? I know
Well,
it's
actually-
your initials, but
Well, actually, that was Al McKay's idea. Al McKay from Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Okay.
the original guitar player, the Shining Star and all that. And he suggested that.
I like
And
it.
he said, he kept calling me CTK. And I said, okay, I'll go with CTK. That was his suggestion. So yeah, it's his fault.
Okay, we'll blame him.
Yeah, it's cool. It's catchy, and it works.
Thank
And
you.
you're an amazing musician, amazing trumpet player. Just, I love your
Thank you.
music.
Thank
And
you so much.
but I want to hear, why Switchblade?
But Switchblade, I wanted to do something that was dangerous but adventurous at the same time. Switchblade is the streets. I didn't learn all my trumpet playing in school. I learned mine in the streets,
All right.
basically. And I mean, hitting 3 or 4 nightclubs at the age of 17, sneaking in, playing 3 and jamming out. That was, that was Switchblade life to me right
I
there.
like that.
But you know, Clarence, I was thinking the same thing about Switchblade because you off in San Diego, right?
Right?
And I said, damn, boy. I said, I know them cats back in the day was carrying Switchblades. If it wasn't a Switchblade, it was a straight razor.
Mhm.
Yeah, some of that comeback Charleston blues stuff,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I remember that.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
Some people won't remember that, but yeah,
Oh yeah, no doubt. Definitely remember.
right in the middle of black exploitation explosions,
Mm-hmm.
Remember that.
Yeah.
But that's what I got from Switchblade. That was just the whole album basically is a trip around the world. I take you to the mean streets, right? Then I fly you overseas in Japan. Then I take you to Africa, and then and then I send you on. That's the whole thing. But Switchblade is like I said, straight from the streets, and that's where I learned my music basically in the streets. When I did play in school, I was already like into the school band, and we already played.
Okay.
There wasn't any of that,
Mm-hmm.
It was just straight like that. And being in a band with, since I was 16, being in a band with fellas that are like 30 already, and 27, me being a baby. So that was a great opportunity for me to watch, observe, and learn.
Mm, mm. So what was it? What made you pick up the trumpet?
I'll tell you something funny about that. I had a guitar, and some of my friends and I, we at another friend's house, and we were all playing on our instruments. And you know, they said there's always another gunslinger, man. And some guy came in there with a guitar. Not only could he play guitar, but he could sing his butt off.
Huh.
He was like Stevie Wonder on the guitar, okay, and singing.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not gonna be playing guitar, right? And then, honest to God, a friend of mine was there who had a trumpet, and he said, "Ted, call me Ted. Try this," because there was another sax player there.
Uh-huh.
And lo and behold, I was able to play Fence Walk. You remember Fence Walk from Mandrill?
Yeah.
And they said, that's it, that's what you should be playing.
And you never played it before?
Yeah.
Wow.
Never
Amazing.
played.
That is impressive.
Very. And the rest is history, I guess.
And the rest is history, yeah.
Okay. Well, great. So what kind of music were you playing when you started playing trumpet?
When I started playing trumpet, it was the disco, the funk, the 70s. It was the 70s. A great time. We were a dance and show band. Okay. I don't mean just stand up there and play. No, we were like a singing group within a band. We had choreography, changed uniforms twice a night. We put on a show. I'm telling you, we put a serious show on. And that was my background. And as I got a little bit older, then I started moving towards the jazz. Like I was meeting people like Candy Finch, other people such as some other jazz greats that aren't with us anymore. But I started meeting them in casual settings, and it was just crazy. And I started getting into that. Then the disco thing. Then I kind of disappeared for a while. Like you said, hung it up. I didn't really hang it up. I put it on the back burner for a little bit. But then I came back out, and I was like playing with a lot of other different people, just backing them up. I was holding what I called horn boot camps.
Okay.
Because I put you through my boot camp, whether you're a sax, a trombone, I don't care what horn you are. I put you through my boot camp program. You coming out tight.
Wow.
And I did that for a lot of good friends and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I just kept busy that way. But the music thing for me is I knew that's what I wanted to do. When I was 8 years old, I'm from Newport, Rhode Island. That's where my family's from. And I shared my mom's birthday. On my 8th birthday, I went to go have my first steak at a steakhouse, which was very popular in them days.
Yeah.
And I could feel a bass before I even walked into the club. It was an upright bass, and I could feel it in my chest.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I walk in and sit down. This freaking Dave Brubeck playing Take 5.
I knew it was.
And Chet Baker was right on the right side of the stage.
Wow.
Wow.
This was at 8, so that made a big impression with me, you know. But I was scared at first because I didn't know what that feeling was.
Yeah.
That bass in your chest, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted more of it, you know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But it really sprang from there, and I come from a family of singers and comedians.
You too. You are a comedian too.
Singers and comedians. Just because you're in the family, that don't mean you get to sing, but no, you're not. That's doesn't work like that.
Right.
You can't be messing it up. You know what I'm saying?
But I bet you can sing too. You're being
That was the first thing. I was a singer way before the trumpet.
See?
Ah. Okay.
I knew it.
That's my secret weapon.
Yeah.
I got a couple secret weapons.
So you're a trumpet player and singer, and what else? There's more to you. I already know it, but the listeners want to know.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Come on. You write, you compose, you produce.
Yeah, I try to do it all. My father-in-law used to always tell me, have your own. Have everything your own.
Yeah.
That way they can't take anything from you.
Absolutely.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? As far as independence and labels go, I am happy to be independent. I have so much control over it, and I get to do exactly what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like people telling me what to do, basically.
Right.
You know? I mean, I just don't like doing things my way. And when you control that, then you can control your dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Very well said, man. Oh yeah. Now that was one thing I was wanting to lead into as well, as far as your music, because it's so good. So are you producing it and doing all of your track work and everything, or do you have like some other people helping you out, or what? How's that working out?
Okay, I'll give you a little hint here. For instance, for one song, I have to play 47, average of 47 horn parts.
Ooh.
For one song, average.
Okay.
47 different horn parts.
Okay.
The keyboards, yes. Drums, yes. I'm guilty on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Bass.
Bass, yes. Keyboard bass. I brought my cousin in on for the Lovers, and we both played with Ike Turner. He was Ike Turner's bass player.
Okay.
And Kevin Kubrick, a cousin, and he did one song on there. And I brought a friend of mine, my music director, which is Bernard Battle, and I brought him in on there. But mostly, everything was just done. When I write songs, everything comes to me at one time, bam, like a download. I mean, I can tell you the background, the bass, the keyboard, the melody, the counter melody. I can tell you how the drum's gonna go. I can tell you all of that. So what I do, I distribute it to, okay, you're gonna do this, bum bum, you'll do that, bum bum, okay. You know what I'm saying? And basically, that's how I work. When I do a song, my wife got me into this. She said, record it into your phone. So she got me in. I have been doing that. One time, I went up to her one time, and I said, hey, babe, I got a song. It goes like this. Da, 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 da. And she's going. Then she heard it one day. Some in Newport. She's, oh! I know what that is now,
Yeah.
It'll be like that a lot of times.
Now on that track, that Newport track, is that your vocals or somebody else?
That's all. My story, the story I tell is that I hired the Jacksons to come over and sing some background. And I was going to give them like wait a minute now. I was going to give them like $200 each, right? And we're going through the track, but Tio's tripping because he wants more money. Jackie steps up like he's the muscle man in the bunch, you know what I'm saying? So I said, y'all just do the track, you get paid, and that's it. We can walk on, but that's a story I like to tell. But, I did all the vocals. Yeah.
Man, fantastic, man. You got it going on with it, man. You really do.
I tried to use my wife for some of the high parts, but I had to get like Ike Turner with her, and she was I'm going. I'm like, don't leave. I'm like, don't go.
Oh man, very nice, man. Well, I noticed that you're doing some charting too, man. Over at smoothjazz.com. Man, that's awesome, man. Yeah, man. So what? I was gonna ask you also before all this COVID stuff taken over. Now, how many is this? Well, this I guess this CD is this a count for you? Or is this a debut or what?
No, I did my first CD 7 or 8 years ago, 9 years ago. It's called Monster.
Okay.
That CD there was that was my first CD, but I learned a lot. There was a lot of mistakes made. A lot of things weren't done right. However, I really enjoy learning from my mistakes.
Oh yeah.
I really do, because if I can take that out and put it aside and examine it from all sides, okay, yeah, all right, this, okay.
Yeah.
And I learn from that. So if you take that first album and go to this album, The Second Coming, meaning it's the second album, you kind of see what I'm talking about. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that is a very true statement. I know you can relate to that too as well, Joyce, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Joyce can.
This is what I tell people. I say, well, at least I'm like Peter. At least I got out the boat. I may not have been perfect, but Gary knows. I listened to my first release and I'm like, oh gosh, I wish I could redo this track. There's few of them that I think are great, but another few. But I was a little gun shy because I was new to recording. How much can I ask the guy to do? And that's when I realized you really need to either produce your own stuff or have a producer in the studio being a mediator for you and listening. Because with all due respect, you rent a studio, they're just gonna record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because that's their job. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They're not gonna say, well, you need to. Now, the second engineer that came in, he was a little bit helpful. He said, you know what? I think you got more in you. We're gonna start from the beginning. And he said, just give it all you got, and I'll be right back. And he's pressed record. He went to the men's room, and he was right. It did come out better, but he didn't have to do that. And so I realized, okay, like you, I learned, oh, this is what happens. Oh, this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And I learned as I went. I jumped in 6 feet of water. I just jumped in, really naive, not knowing. And in a way, I think it's best that you're naive. Then you don't have that fear.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay,
jump in.
I lost that at 16 to 15. First time I said my knees used to knock.
Well,
we're playing Chuck Man Joni feels so good, my knees will be knocking, and I just and I can hear my fellow bandmates encouraging me, and now audience, I'll eat them up. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never have a problem with the audience is the recording part. Recording. I'm nervous on recording in the studio because I have to stand still, and I feel like everything has to be perfect. And that's why I build my studio at home. So when it's time for me to lay my horns, like you heard Cherish, my horn, it was done right here. And I'm relaxed. Because when I'm in the
album's
studio,
done right here. Yeah, I did my whole album here as well.
And Gary works that way too. Gary has a studio and he does everything himself.
It's just more convenient. When you're in charge, you can work on your stuff as long as you want to and when you want to. And to have that is a necessity if you are a grinding musician.
Yeah.
And you want to succeed in what you're doing. You want to be engulfed in that all the time, just like a golfer is in golf or an athlete is in their sport. It's not. Some people have it as a hobby. No, that's never been a hobby for me. Since I was 16, 17, I had my own apartment, my own car.
Wow.
And then I was just playing 6 nights a week, steadily. That was the, I had a routine. Pick up my uniforms at the cleaners every Wednesday. This week we're at the bases. This week we're there. This week we're out of town. When came graduation day, most kids are ready to go enjoy the summer and take off when they graduate 12th grade. I caught a plane straight to Japan with a whole bunch of other guys.
Now, yeah.
That's how you celebrate getting out of high school.
I know that's right. Yeah.
But you're an exception. Everybody's not blessed like that.
Oh, Jack, you're right. Everybody's not blessed with that. You're exactly right. But the fact of the matter is that if you are sincere about your passion, nothing's going to stop you.
That's true too.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing's going to stop you. Especially when God has given something to you.
Right.
To go out and put it out in the universe. Nothing is going to stop you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Look, well. Where's Chris?
Hey.
Yeah.
And be your worst critic. Be your own worst critic.
Yeah.
I am.
No doubt.
You know? Be your own worst. I mean, my wife, I love her so much. She's seen me from 7th grade carrying horns back and forth to school, from home to school, because I used to walk her home from school all the time. But she tells me, she says, if I'm not playing something, she'll say, I don't hear nothing. She'll be on me like that, but she really, really encourages me. And my mother had passed away during the making of the album. And
Sorry to hear that.
And I went to like I said, we had the same birthday. We shared the same birthday. She's only 14 years older than me.
Okay.
Okay. And I was in the funk, of course, and my wife stuck her head through the studio door. I was just all something, my chair. She goes, but just her head, nothing else. She said, I'm gonna tell you something, Teddy. She said, if you don't finish this album here, you're gonna regret it for the
Rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just one.
And that kind of like woke me up, and then I was ready for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But you were talking about the COVID thing. Wow, talk about timing. The album was dropped January 15th, 2020, the day of the NAMM show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This was funny, Gary. This is what had me tripping. When the album dropped, and I'm there with my music director, Bernard Battle, and we're walking around, and there are celebrities that recognize me. That I was shocked.
Wow.
I think that's great.
My friend Bernard would say, here comes Larry Dunn. He's coming after you. He's coming after you. I said, they were kind of friends, or I was talking to Terrence Blanchard. I just hit the corner and bam.
Wow.
It was my all-time favorite trumpet player in the whole world, Terrence Blanchard. And you saw the shock in my face. I was like, and I said, Terrence Blanchard. I said, I love the horn playing you did in the movie Life with Ed Murphy.
Yes.
He said, I said, especially when they were doing the ball playing and the ball went up in the air, you went through. He said, yeah, you caught that? I said, yeah, I caught that. And then he said, yeah, I remember seeing you on Facebook.
That's cool.
What did you used to say, Dad?
That made my day. But unfortunately, that was January 15th, and bam, COVID hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I to shut a brother down, you know what I'm saying? But no, I kept going. I kept pushing through it. I kept going through the charts. Each song that I released was getting popular. They seemed to like it. And I was able to, because of good marketing, I was able to survive that.
Right.
Basically, to make a long story short, I was able to survive that, come through that, and still punch up. Still punch up today. Every morning when I get up, the first thing I do is hit my grind, and I keep going. Whether it's 5 minutes on the trumpet or spending 4 minutes just humming another new song into the phone, that's how my day is. And it's like that all day long, basically.
Yeah.
Or if there's something back in the den, this is my little spot up in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll meet for dinner. We'll meet for lunch. We'll do errands, whatever. But basically, that's how it is. She has her own thing that she's doing. And I have mine. And I'll tell you, that was the scariest year for me because not only after it was a pandemic hitting us, but at the same time, my wife suffered a massive major heart attack and passed away right in front of me. In front of me. We're in the hospital lobby, and all the air left her lungs and her body. That was freaky because she was gone for 30 minutes, but God brought it back.
Thank God.
God showed up and showed out.
This is a hallelujah moment. Did you say 30 minutes?
30 minutes. She was gone.
Wow.
That's a hallelujah moment.
She had left already.
Woo!
Jesus. On top of her working here, and the doctor said, well, we got this thing called the ECMO machine. There's only 3 in the country. We don't know how it'll be 50-50. I said, do it. Next thing you know, after 30 minutes, Joyce, her arm was straight up in the air and stood there and came down real slow, like, hey, I'm cool. I'm here. I'm back. Everything's okay.
That is,
and she recovered from it so fast that when her doctors would go to check on her in the room, each time they went, there would be equipment that they would take away. Yeah. So there wasn't a whole bunch of room full of equipment. And he walked in the room and looked at her, it was empty. He looked at her and walked back out and said, where's my patient? That's her right there. Thank God, praise God, no brain damage, nothing. So that's another way that has blessed us and blessed me.
What is your wife's name?
And she is my total inspiration, I tell you. Everything I do, she does it. Sometimes she'll say, oh, that's not funny. I said, oh, yeah? I said, let's call your sister. We call her sister. Her sister, oh, that's funny. But those are the kind of things, and, I'm just blessed that way. And she's always had my back since 7th grade. So
That's amazing. That's a Cinderella story. 7th grade.
There was a time, remember when girls used to cook in school? They called it home ec class.
I remember. That old.
In between periods, my wife would make peanut butter fork cookies, and she'd be standing in the doorway with 8 of them wrapped in the napkin. This was our routine. I would walk between classes, grab the cookies without stopping, and keep going.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was us.
So how long y'all been married, man?
She was braiding my hair in 7th grade on the bench in the park.
You know something? You need to bring her on so we can give her some compliments.
That woman is something else. She is something else. I'll tell you.
What is her name though? What is her name?
Carla.
Bring Carla on.
Same initials, CK.
Right. That's right.
Well, that's a
middle name
blessing.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Oh no, Louise actually.
That would have been two CTKs. That would have been too cool.
Well, that's definitely a blessing that she pulled through all of that, man.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That doesn't happen already.
Man, I can't do anything musically around this woman, man. I'll play something and she'll say, "Oh, that sounds like this," or "That sounds like so and so and so." Okay.
My husband does that too.
He does that too.
Yeah, he does. You know
What
what?
do you tell him?
Well, I told him, I said, I want you to be honest. And so tell me, this is the time. Now, see, after it's released, I don't want to hear nothing. And I wrote this song. The lyrics, I thought they were great. He said, well, you lost it after the first line. I said, okay, I'll start over. But I'm like that. I will ask, him, what do you think? What do you think? And he will tell me the truth. He said, it may have some potential, but, and he'll say, it sounds like something, or it sounds like, because I'm not trying to copy anybody, but, so I get it. I think you need Carla.
At the same time, she will flip the script. As I said, I did everything here, right? However, I sent it out to be mastered. And when I sent it out to be mastered, she had a business trip in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And they finally got to me after 9 days and said, hey, you want to hear it? I said, yeah, right. And I heard it and I said, okay. I told the wife, I said, hey, it came. She said, send it right away. I want to hear it. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, I sent it to her. She called me an hour later. She picked up the phone. She said, Patty? I said, yeah, babe. She said, you are the most talented. She said, you are so incredibly creative that I said, okay, now we've known each other since
grade.
You just now knowing this, huh?
Oh, that's reinforced. I like when my husband does that. When I do nail it, he has this grin on his face. I know him, we've been married 37 years, so I know his body language, and I can tell. But I can also tell when it's not good with him because he has this certain crinkle in his forehead. I know it, and I just know it. So, but it doesn't mean that if you tell me it's not good, I'll go back and start over. That's how serious I am about getting it right, and I've done that before. And so I don't mind it. It's just after it's released, I don't want to hear it because I can't do anything about it.
You can't run back. That's right.
But before, if I send it to you, hey, tell me what oh gosh. Right. I'm competing with the chair.
The chair is cracking.
But Clarence,
so that was the way to get me to stop talking. I got it. Okay.
Clarence, you done anything?
I'm sorry, Matt.
You done anything? You with your music just one take and that was it?
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Like I laid out the dance floor, and then after that, everything was like boom, 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 boom. I have a lot of time for repeat takes. I was just like doing so many parts, Mac. It was like, here's what's funny, Mac. Here it is. Okay, when it was time to what I call harvesting or put everything together, I was pulling parts from all kinds of different sections where I had recorded parts. And I was like, okay, I need my change. Oh, here's my change. Where's my middle? Oh, here's my middle part. And it started coming together. Mm-hmm. And that was because I did a little bit each day. And it all added up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. So that was a good method right there. Yeah. So if you have a dream, do a little something towards it every day. It doesn't matter how small, whether you sit down and write an idea down about it, as long as it's something about it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing something actively.
Yeah.
In that. And then the brain is like, oh, I want some more. What else can we do? And then when you sleep, that's how songs come to you. That's how ideas come to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where dreams come to you that you can make reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And your dreams will tell you.
That's
But
right.
I want to touch on something that I heard you bring up before, Matt, and it was extremely interesting. You were talking about these brothers who chase around these top 40 gigs around and don't have time to do their stuff because they're busy doing the top 40 thing and chasing each gig around like that. You had brought us, yeah, and why they don't, how come I'm not doing this or how come I can't do that? You've had this discussion too, Joyce, and like you said, you have to put something aside or invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You made an extremely good point here. If you use that money, you gotta upgrade a guitar part or upgrade a guitar every time you do a gig or something, or you get a little bit of money. That's money that you could be using to invest in yourself, and that's the best thing that you can do in the world is invest in yourself.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's very true, Clarence, because if you got a 9 to 5 and you're going out there playing them gigs and you're making some money, take that money, invest in what you want to do, your projects, upgrade your instruments, or whatever the case may be. I done said that 100 times.
Yes, and like your suggestion, you have to plan. This whole thing you see was a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Which included marketing, music, recording, equipment. That was all a 5-year plan put together and executed. So when I did get that done, my wife had told me, well, you finish that, and I'll get you any new horn you want. I was like, okay.
Well, see, the thing is, you had a 5-year plan, then take you 20 years to get it off the ground, though.
Because you have a plan. If you're gonna wander in the desert without a plan, you're gonna wander in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just like in the desert eating peanut butter with no water.
Well, you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that that is true. Invest in yourself, but I know some people personally. I know a musician who is homeless right now. So right now it's hard for this person to put money on the side. I'm blessed because I have a husband who hustles to make sure, especially during the pandemic when 2020, when all my shows canceled, what am I going to put to the side? I don't have anything, but I was blessed to have my husband and everything that was available for musicians during the pandemic. I applied for. I had no shame in my game. I said, oh, there's this. Let me see if I can get some of this. And what I did with the money was put it back and invest in. But if I didn't have that, I didn't have, during that time, I wouldn't have any money to invest because I would have to pay rent when you're a full-time musician, of course.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's when knowledge is important, and that's when knowledge comes in.
Yeah. So there are some things that people are dealing with that would be a temporary hold on things that why they can't move like they would like to move. That they have sacrificed. And the reason why this person is homeless because this person made some sacrifices and made she did achieve some things, but she's still sacrificing. So sometimes there's a balance because I don't mind investing in myself. I know sometimes you need to hire someone to be a producer. I do know that. But what I want to know is that when I walk into a shoe store, like I've said before, I want to see the shoes I'm purchasing, and I want them to come home with me.
Right. That's right.
I don't want to put money because there are too many people hustling you out there.
That's
Right.
They will hustle you, and hey, I'm a radio promoter. Look at all the stations I can get you on for $5,000, but I can't Google your name anywhere. I can't find what you did for anybody. And if I'm going to put up $5,000, I need something a little more solid. I just said no. I just said no because what am I going? Well, you got to invest, but who are you? So be empathetic when you're dealing with DIY artists.
Do your research.
Do
your research. Okay.
But back in the day when you're doing actually when terrestrial radio was out there, you could do radio tracking and it'll award up to at $5,000 because you had the stations to do it. Internet radio is a totally different breed to get your music out there. It's totally different.
Yes, it is.
It's not like terrestrial radio.
Yeah, but that's payola. Everybody figured out how to get
Oh,
the
no. Well,
payola.
Well,
no,
payola
not
doesn't put you in the top 100. Okay,
not necessarily it's
Say it
payola.
again. I'm sorry.
payola doesn't put you in the top 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Payola doesn't put you in the top 50 listener pick.
Yeah.
That's all done by the people who listen to the music.
Mm-hmm.
People do
Exactly.
that.
Right.
But
Okay.
you have promoters out there that will tell you that.
Oh yeah.
You pay me
Oh.
$5,000 and
Oh yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can do this for you. Man, you know what? You can't guarantee me anything. First of all, number two,
Oh,
I need a track record. Who have you worked with? Oh, you got CTK. You work with CTK and you've done this. And then I know who CTK is, and I've seen. I need something more than a generic email that doesn't even. You know what I mean? I need something to that I can work with.
Well, Joyce.
$5,000. I'm just not gonna do it.
George, these days it's totally different than it was back in the day. Like I said, when they had terrestrial radio just playing the music, it was very easy. We're not talking about payola because I've done it.
I know. Oh yeah, you've done it. Yeah, you did payola. But anyway.
No, I didn't.
No, Mac. I talked to someone who was top 40 back in the 80s. I because somebody came and dropped names, so they didn't know I had a connection that I could go to and get the real deal.
Right. See, I'm my own promoter. I promote myself. I'm the one that does the runaround, the paperwork, sending out the emails, sending out the music files, doing the promo. That's something that I've been doing myself. I learned how to do it through like smooth jazz at first, and then I kind of, like I said, I learned from everything I do.
That's right.
I learned from. And now, if I'm on the top 100, it's because I did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's for me generating good relationships, good business relationships, because the relationships are built on friendship as well. And that's the most important thing you can do with a relationship and keep that straight. It's a beautiful thing. But you have to learn how to do for yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, okay, right. Take that shot. Get that first pain, but learn from that, and then you know how to do it yourself. I mean, if you paid $5,000 for a course, a short college course you wanted to take online that was going to benefit your career, you would do it.
I agree. But what I'm saying, we need some credentials behind that. You're not shouldn't just hand out thousands of dollars to somebody who doesn't have any credentials.
That's why you have to do. I can't say it enough. I researched my whole thing for 5 years, Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
I researched all these places.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Because my wife is she'll make you do that. She wants you to research everything.
Very important. Very important.
So she's a retired computer scientist. You know what I'm saying? She's a retired computer scientist. So they're very analytical, and they can fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, research.
Since you were talking about the payola, though, it's not payola called payola anymore. What it's called? Advertisement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how they got around it.
Okay.
That's how they got around it.
Well, this is
I
very.
hear Gary said, "Okay,
This is a very good discussion, and but I want to get back to CTK because I want to get into some more of his music. I want some more people to hear some of this great stuff. But before we do that, I had one other question. Now your trumpet. I've seen one trumpet that it looks very cool. It looks like something that might be your signature piece there. I don't know if it is, but I saw one that had the blue. I think it's the blue buttons on it. Is that the one? Did I see that?
Actually, it's the. Speaking of the purple.
Purple. Yes, that's it. I'm gonna put you on big screen. Hold on. I want people to see that because that is slick now. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This year, this one was custom made for me by a very popular and famous trumpet maker named Jason Harrelson.
Okay.
And this was the first ever XHB series. I told a New York trumpet company that I wanted a trumpet that would peel the paint off the walls. and he sent it. He sent the specs to Jason, and they came up with some design ideas. And we went back and forth for a year on it.
Okay.
Back and forth. And he said, "Well, I'm gonna make the lead piece sterling silver, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and it just peels the paint off the walls." Well, you've heard it on the album.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
It's
it's a
heavy. It's a heavy work.
beautiful piece, man. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Okay, well, let's jump back into some more music. Let's let our viewers
Yay.
and listeners check out some more. And I wanted to ask you before I go into it about a track. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me find it here. Yes. So, tell us about, because I'm going to go into it next, and then I'm going to probably play another one or two before we come back. But tell us about the For the Lovers track, because that is smooth. It's really smooth.
For the Lovers. Well, there's a show that comes on in San Diego. My good friend Kelly Cole. I can't remember the name of the show. Now she's gonna kill me. But anyways, she would play this type of music for her show, and it was basically for like a lovers type show. And I heard this as an opening for her, and because the song For the Lovers, as you know, is long for one, and for two, there might be 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 little solos in between it because lovers keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need a long, slow, heart beating intro. And so I try to set it up like a heartbeat in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just kind of let it float from there. It took me on its highs, and it took me on its lows, and it took me around the middles, and I just went where it took me, basically. And it's a song for the lovers.
Yeah.
And if you listen real carefully, at the very end, you can hear something that's, well, my wife put it this way, that was nasty.
He perked up on that one, huh, Ray?
Well, you can hear it. If you listen, you can hear it at the end, and you'll know exactly what she's talking about.
All right. Okay, well, let's go. Let's check it all out, and let our listeners get a good nice dose of it to their ears, because this is some good music. All of it's good.
Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll come back. So if you just tune in, we are talking to CTK, and so get ready. We're getting ready to jump into it, and we'll be right back. Keep it locked right here on the Indie Live Spot.
for you, brother.
One person, no, I'm kidding.
No, but those treats are good. Is that the peanut butter sweet one?
It's
The almond.
No, it's got the almond.
Oh yeah.
We're going back on the air, CTK. We're going back on the air. Hold up.
All right, we're back. We're back. We're having a little fun off air there, but
Okay, all right.
we are back, and wow, of course. Now I know everybody enjoyed all that good music from CTK because it was off the chain. There's a lot of good stuff you just heard. In fact, I want to let you know you heard looking for you, and also that Sucker Punch. And Sucker Punch, boy, it do give you a punch, doesn't it? I love it. It's great.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Why Sucker Punch?
I'm sorry?
Why that title, Sucker Punch?
Solo and everything, and it couldn't have gone any better. And I turn around to walk off the stage, and I'm halfway to the bar because I'm going to go give me a 7-7. Yeah, 17, but I'm going to go give me a 7-7. And then I heard this voice behind me, "Hey, boy." And I turned around, and it was my father, right? And he said, I thought I was in trouble big time. Yeah, I'm just going to go get a drink, right? Then he says, where'd you learn to play like that? And I said, all your records.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Good comeback. Good comeback.
That was it. I never heard anything else about it after that.
Wow.
But
did you know how long your father was there before he approached you? Did he ever tell you?
He was there from the beginning. He saw them when they called me up because I'm a junior. So when they called Clarence Kyle up to the stage, he's like, he calling me up to the stage.
That's right, you're a junior. Did he think it was him at first?
So I know that tripped him out, like, calling me up to the stage. Yeah.
But did you think when he called you out, you think he was gonna get on you, give you a whooping?
Oh no. He was very soft-spoken, man. He was, like I said, he was a master chief in the Navy. Very soft-spoken. He hardly spoke, but when he did, he'd say he loved you. You know, but he never, said anything like that. He just saw the progression because he knew I was in teen bands and I was already doing it. He saw the progression, so it was no surprise.
He was proud. He was probably so proud to see you up there playing so well. I think and I think fathers looking at their sons, and he was your age at one time, and you weren't getting in any trouble. You were
16 years old. He lied to get into the Navy, girl. He did worse than me. He was 16 years old and went to the Navy, lied about his age.
And that's what I said. He was your age, so he understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he made it to be chief, but the highest you can go as an enlisted man. And he wasn't the type of father that would throw all his accomplishments in your face. He didn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When he did something, he just hung it on the wall. That was it.
Right.
He got honored for something, hung it on the wall. That was it.
I love it. But speaking of accomplishments, you were talking about Monster, your very first release.
Yeah.
Why did you give it the title Monster? Where did that come
Well,
from?
you get the idea from the first track.
Okay.
The first track would probably answer those questions right there. But to me, it was like a day at the circus, because some of the songs, like you see characters like Button Face, you have songs like Button Face and Funky Fun. It's a circus, it's a carnival, basically. And hence it's an amusement park, basically. And that's why the title Monster.
Okay, great. Well, I love your stories, though. It started young, and here you are, you're still doing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's funny. I remember my parents used to have pinochle parties.
Mm. Okay.
And during that time, while they were at the house playing, we would be watching something on TV where there were black groups playing on TV. Like maybe you see Ike and Tina Turner. Ike and Tina Turner was on TV playing, right? And one of the guys, my dad's friend, said, "You playing trumpet, huh?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "One day you might be playing for Ike Turner or somebody like that." Okay, flashback 30 years ahead. I'm driving on the freeway. It's about 12 midnight. I get a call on the phone. I go, "Hello?" "Yeah, this is Denny." I said, "Yeah?" He said, "Yeah, this is Ike Turner." I said, "Yeah, right." And I hung up the phone on him, right? Because I thought somebody was joking, I thought they were joking, and then I just kept driving. He calls back again. He goes, No, don't hang up. This is really Ike. Don't hang up.
Wow.
Love it.
And he just got out of prison, and he was going to do his first gig, which was going to be at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. And he wanted me to do the gig. And that was the best 3 months I ever spent looking at you.
Man, that sounds cool. Yeah.
That was the best 3 months, right? But also, I learned a lot from him too, And I'm gonna tell you this. This is just my 2 cents. Okay. Now, when he sold his rights to Disney, that's right, Disney. Disney did that movie. Okay. When he sold his rights to that, they had the right to do anything and portray him any way they wanted to. I'm gonna just put that out there. Yeah. Also, if you read Tina Turner's book, she will tell you she gave as good as she got. So I'm just gonna say this and put it out there that he did kind of get a bad rap because that followed him all over. I remember we were slated to do a show on Letterman. We were slated to do a show on Letterman or something like that. It was somebody big like that. And before that show aired, that week they played What Love's Got to Do with It. Next thing I know, the show was canceled. Okay. So just giving my 2 cents, it was an honor and a pleasure to play with Ike. And I do not regret that at all, and I'm quite proud of that fact. But I'm just saying, he got a bad rap for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that, that's all I'm going to say.
But you're speaking from experience, not hearsay.
Exactly.
So your word means a lot, because you were there with him, so you know what you saw. Okay. Well, I'm glad you had that experience because anybody that I hear that's played with big names, they learned a lot, and I love the ones that don't mind teaching, if you know what I mean. They will go back. I met a lady who used to be one of the background singers for Isaac Hayes, and she said Isaac would always teach me. When he was doing business, he would lean back and say, "See this? Always do this, this, and that." You know what I mean? So I think that people who have the knowledge, and if you bring somebody under your umbrella, I think it's really cool when you don't mind mentoring them and teaching them about the business, because they may know you're only here with me for a short time. You'll be somewhere else, and I want to teach you because there's a lot going on in the music business that right now, I ask questions now. Some people don't like it, and some people do. The ones who don't mind, Joyce, call me. And I'll talk to them on the side, if you know what I mean.
A closed mouth don't get fed, Joyce.
Thank you.
I'm
Another
still
one.
Yeah.
Close mouth don't get fed.
Sure right about that.
I tell people I'm forever a student.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready to learn. I'm ready because I'm trying. I'm like any other artist out there. I'm trying to get to the next level. I'm trying to be successful. Now, I'm not trying to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be successful. Because if you're just looking to be famous, murderers are famous.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
A lot of famous people. So it's not just about fame and ego and all. No, it's not about that. I want to be successful wherever.
You want to what you create. You want to put out into the world as a musician. What you create. You want to put out into the universe.
Right.
People pick up on tones and vibrations. This is what we as musicians live for and project. Mm. It's hard to put a feeling on a record.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens.
It's hard to put an emotion in there, to tie an emotion with it. And when that happens and people connect with that, mm-hmm. or they make a move unconsciously, subconsciously, I remember rehearsals with Ike. We would rehearse at this one bar, and it would be one guy, old man at the end of the bar, drinking his drink like this, right? And Ike would stop and say, stop. You go, what's going on? He said, see that guy at the end of the bar? I want him tapping his foot. And not really knowing why, because he's listening to us. I want him just tapping his foot. He can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
While he's drinking. And sure enough, we watched, and the guy was tapping his foot. Things like that that alert you to what's going around and what music does to people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's priceless. That part.
It
is priceless.
It is, but you can learn. Yes, you can always learn.
Mm-hmm. But the business part is the part that we don't like. We have to
that separates the man from the boy, doesn't it?
So here we go. I got to promote again. Here we go. And I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful either, because after you go through all that, and the guys here have heard the story. I played a gospel song, instrumental, "Grateful" by Hezekiah Walker in a club, Catfish Blues, Club Restaurant. It was the last song, and all my band, they were all church musicians. Tyrone Walls have been playing the church for about 35 years now. And he just started playing it, and I started playing. No, I started on sax, and then I said, hey, somebody in here knows this song. And the brother raised his hand with the drink in one hand, and he came up there and sang that song, and people were in tears. That's music, y'all. You can't, and that was impromptu. There was nothing planned. He sang the song, and when I said this brother sang the song, he sang this song. I didn't know he could sing. He could have gone up there and done like your what do you call the lady, the chicken head?
Chicken head.
And then I'll pee and everything.
Sally and Layla.
Yeah. You don't judge a book by its cover. This man had a drink in his hand. You think, oh, he can't do that. He has a drink in his hand. But he sang that song, and the cook was crying, and the waiter had his hands in the air. And everybody was just moved. And that music.
The music hits people. A friend of mine, he's a trombone player, and many years ago, ancient years ago, he did an album, and then 10 years ago, he did an album like 35 years ago. 10 years ago, a guy from France contacted him. He said, "Oh, Monsieur Lennon, I have your album." He said he thought he was the best thing since sliced bread, and it blew my friend away. Blew my friend away because as a musician, it's worth it. Even if just one person acknowledges what you did, that makes it all worth it. And here this guy from overseas, and my friend had no idea.
Right.
That somewhere around the world, you're a hero to somebody. You inspire somebody. You touch somebody.
Amen.
Yep.
And it's hard to touch somebody with a word or a smile or a song. And if you can do that, then the God got you out there for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
And some music, they're like a lullaby that can put Mac to sleep.
Like nightmares too, to wake you up,
It's Ray napping again.
Yeah. My head went down.
Oh, goodness sakes. He said I had a snack and then he took a nap.
That's all right, Mac. We know it's been a hard day.
Hang in
there. Rough all week.
Oh, a week. Okay.
Ever since I got back from Atlanta, I'm telling you, it's been rough.
You still trying to catch up.
Still trying to catch up.
Mm, mm. But CTK, your music touch people, and I love that. We don't have anything on our show, but I have heard on GSRN, DJ Allen or Dwight play some of your comedy, and Dwight, if you're still listening, I told CTK off the air when I first heard the Chicken Head, her singing. What was it? A Whitney Houston song, I think. And I thought,
I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. That's his wife Diane doing the voice. I mean,
is that her?
we got together. That's her. We got together and started doing this and started adding stuff, and it just started getting out of control. And she does it so well, singing off key. She nails it.
I have to check this out.
Because it's like I was listening, and because I hadn't listened for a while. Okay, so when it came on, and I heard it, like, okay, Dwight, all right, okay, okay. And I started watching the chat, and I realized it was comedy. I was just rolling in my chair. I was cracking up so much. So now I kind of look forward to it.
They always get the chicken heads are always getting booed off the stage, except for last week. But they're always getting booed off the stage. I mean, they tried to sing Neither One of Us. It was out of key. It didn't work. Gladys Knight didn't work for them. They tried singing a myriad of songs, and it's just not. But the thing about the chicken heads is they don't give up. They keep going, in spite of what people say or think about it. It's like the type of person you beat them, they get stronger. They love that.
And you know what? And because they keep going, because I've done some open mic situations, you start to love them.
Yeah.
You start to support them. You start to say, hey, you know what? I applaud you. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what is that?
I was surprised he didn't get booed off the stage last week. That's the first time. They must be getting better. Yeah.
Because you mentioned, I don't know if it was on the air or off the air, that your family were singers and comedians, but I believe that rubbed off on you as well. You have a very comic side of you I think that's your advantage, especially when you're on the stage. I mean, what do you think about that?
A lot of it, like I said, I come from a dance and show band as well. That's my background, dance and show band, but a lot of things are just things that happen in real life that are just so funny. Honest to God, I swear to God, this happened. I pull up to a gas station. Behind me pulled up a Jewish man who had the Star of David on his mirror, right? And behind him pulled up an Arab guy, and his wife had one of them things on, right? And then a rabbi pulled up, and I got to the door, and I said to myself, "This looks like a joke."
This looks like a what?
A Jewish guy, a rabbi, and an Arab and a black guy pull into a gas station. And I was just laughing, and my wife looked at me from the car, and she said, "What are you laughing at?" And I said, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you." But that's life. Life presents itself like that.
And you know what? That's America. That's the melting pot that we live in. I think it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, melting pot, I wish they'd quit killing us in this melting pot.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's a whole other show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's why Gary and I got quiet.
You wouldn't hear no jokes from CTK in that one. I guarantee.
Right.
Look, we don't have that much time.
No, not at all.
So we'll keep it on the music side.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of music, I know you have. I'm going to sound like Mac for a little bit. I know you have some fish in the grease. So what do you have coming up next?
Well, the type of person that I am is I don't like to say anything. I just like to just do it. So with that, that's a Navy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a planner. Everything I do, I plan.
Yeah.
So it's just best for me to tell you that the best is yet to come, because look out, it's coming.
That's a gospel
That's all I'm
song.
gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, before time do gets away from us, why don't you let everybody know where they can definitely follow you and catch up with some of the things that you are doing, especially in front to your music and stuff.
Well, you can visit my website at ctkmusic.com. You can also purchase music there. You can buy my music on all platforms all around the world, even a photo booth in Cambodia. But you can find it everywhere they sell music. You know. Also, you can contact me on Facebook, but you have to look for Clarence T. Kyle there. But and you can also find me at GSRN. We're cracking up jokes there all the time. You can find me there. I'm there a lot. Visiting.
You
But
are
anyway.
the resident trumpet player at GSRN, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes, that's correct. Proud to be. Proud to be. That's my GSR family. And all the people that are there, all my Carmens, my Trinas, my Audrey, my Deborah Galan, all my friends.
Henry.
The Henrys, the blend mixes, all those guys, I love them all,
Yeah.
And when can they come and hear your on GSRN your Chicken Head comedy and etc.?
No, they pop in and out, but they mostly appear on MC Allen's GSRN Jazz Club. That's a totally different thing to where it's a club atmosphere to where he brings various artists of GSRN to the stage, and that's where we incorporate the stories. And so we're talking all the time. Sometimes I'll come up with crazy ideas, just go.
Well, usually it's on Thursday nights. When
Well, Thursdays is evening jazz with him, but he also has another show on Sundays called
Right.
GSR and Jazz Club, and that's where you can find the Chicken Heads.
Yeah.
My question.
They're still looking for a contract. So Mac, Gary, if you know anybody,
Yeah. That sounds fun, man.
they got silent. Then they got quiet.
When you gonna cut a comedy album?
I never thought about that.
That's a great idea. I
never
like.
thought about that. Never did. I did think about maybe some shows. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think bad of me, please. Okay, but please don't. I'm not a bad guy. We're all human beings, correct?
Yes, yeah.
We have natural functions, right?
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
hear
right?
from Ray all the time. But anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something real quick, real funny, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. I was at Walmart shopping with my wife one time, and I went down this one aisle, and I had to pass a little gas. There was nobody in the aisle, right? So I let one go, right? And then all of a sudden, here comes this old lady with a little short gray afro. She walks smack into it. She was all tasting it. She was making faces and stuff. I felt so bad, but that was friendly fire. I did not think on that. Because she walked smack, mouth open into it. And that nose started. I went and grabbed my wife. Carla, come here. But that's life. That's nothing that I meant. But life is funny. Life is funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And
I tell you,
Should've
you
blamed
right
it on the
about
chicken
that.
head.
what you say? What you say, Joyce?
Oh, you should have blamed it on the chicken head. You just told me that was Diane.
I really felt bad about that.
What you gonna feel bad about?
Because she had to experience that, I mean, I like to eat like seaweed. I eat seaweed spirits, stuff like that. And she got a nice healthy blast. You know what I'm saying? And I think she high a little bit after that. Because
I've been trying to hurry up, get out that aisle.
but then she stepped to the right, like involuntarily, like. With that face haunts me in my dreams.
Oh god.
I mean, that went through. didn't mean it.
Did you tell her something? Did you say something to her?
I let it go.
I'll let it go too.
Is she
You
your
know what
Well, she shouldn't have came in that aisle all hot. You know, she shouldn't have
And that was just funny. She was up there tasting the air.
Some emojis with masks with CTK.
Uh,
He has an emoji.
I was in the grocery store.
Man, she got the full flavor. That's all I know. Okay.
I was in the grocery store and I knew this woman had blow. So she kept looking around, like, you know. I said, damn, boy, I a curve got out of that, you know, going down the next aisle. But they act like they too nice to let some gas go in this female. I don't do nothing like that. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm done with that. But there's a lot of crazy stories. Oh my God, so many crazy stories. And that's where all the comedy comes from. For me, you know, because it's all true.
I like when you said she came around the corner.
I'm not going to tell you what happened when I only went to jail. I got arrested once in my whole life on a humbug. And I'm not going to tell you what happened there, but it was hilarious.
Tell us.
I don't know, y'all. It was hilarious. Y'all are going to be in tears if I tell you this.
Well, go ahead. Now you got us in tears. Hey.
Y'all, this is hilarious.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
You want to hear it, Ray?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right.
Did you want to hear it, Joyce?
Go ahead. Hey.
Did you want to hear it, Gary?
Out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about.
Okay. I don't tell too many people this. I don't want y'all thinking I'm a bad guy.
No, bad guy.
I'm a bad guy, but I ain't a bad guy.
Okay. I hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you. He's already laughing. I ain't said nothing yet. Okay, I got arrested. No, I don't have a record. Never had a record in my life. Okay, that was my first arrest ever. They arrested me, and they kept me in what's called the fishbowl for like 3 days. Right?
Yeah.
And I was a cigarette smoker at the time, a very heavy cigarette smoker. Right? And different things. Since I've never been to jail, the only thing I can get references from was some old Richard Pryor stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I remember Richard Pryor said, if you go to jail, either be bad or be funny.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
Remember that, man?
Yeah, I remember that.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to be bad. Right? So I had ran out of cigarettes. And I was really jonesing for some tobacco. I stood up. I put my hands on my hips. I looked around the room. And I said, if I don't get any cigarettes, it's going to get hard. I had marbles, Benson hedges, I had cigarettes to the end of the world. Inside, I was cracking up so hard inside. I was so hard. That totally was not me.
Boy, that's wild.
To this day, I still laugh about that. They were throwing at me. But I had cigarettes.
That was good.
Y'all ready for that? Absolutely true story. Absolutely true.
Wow. That was a good one.
Boy, you know.
I'm laughing. I'm so okay. Never abort. You know what? you're invited to my family cookout. All right. You get along very well, with my family.
Yeah,
Oh,
wouldn't that y'all be on telling them lies?
what night?
Yeah, what night, Joyce?
Well, what he just did. It's really a Sunday evening. It's Thursday, but he corrected me because Dwight is on, our DJ Allen is on Thursday evenings and Sunday evenings.
Thursdays and Sundays, and then his wife is on Mondays.
And Diane is on Mondays. And what he does, he presents the radio show as like, this is the jazz, not jazz hour, what did he say? Jazz club. Jazz club. And if he's playing your music, he'll say, "Hey, Gary Fuston, go to the green room. You're coming next." With his voice.
Report to the stage,
report to the stage. Well, he reported to the stage, chicken head, and I didn't know it was gonna be some out of tune chick. It's hilarious. He interjects things like that to and I think it's funny. And I just knew CTK was responsible for all of it. That you did it all.
No. We all. I presented them with the chicken ears, and then we all just went. It just all took off, and it got creative. And Diane really got behind it, and I didn't even know that was her until after the first couple of times. I didn't realize that was her doing the singing.
You didn't? I didn't know.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it, but then Dwight plays the host, and he handles everything diplomatically that goes on at the jazz club.
That sounds like so much fun, man.
It is. There's different scenarios, and you never know who's going to come through the doors.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
The chat that we have, there's a chat too as well where you can
interact
with
Joyce, send me the link.
Well, I don't know if there's an archive for this, but I'll send you the link for I'll send you GSR.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And Gary and Chris. Well, Chris was there because I was artist spotlight. Week before last?
Okay.
And Chris,
yes, it was a very good spotlight, by the way, too. I was there.
Yeah, you sure were. Yeah. So, but I'll send you guys the link. It's fun. I like the way Dwight presents it because everybody.
They support the independent artists, and that's something that we need extremely badly.
Yes,
right now,
absolutely,
especially right now. And we're as compassionate as compassionate as we are, and passionate in our music as we are. So are they with independent artists. That's about to hang.
Fantastic. Well,
and thanks for your contribution. Your music is great, super talent, and I think I said it off the air, but Trina, if you're listening, we talked about you off the air and how awesome you are. So
Trina's watching now. Trust and believe.
Yes. Well, you're
by
next.
By this time, she's watching now.
Tell her what to do. Okay. All right.
Definitely. Okay. Well, gosh, man, we get about ready to wrap things up, but Clarence, man, really do appreciate you taking out the time to stay with us today and hang out.
It's been an absolute pleasure, man. A gut buster.
Yeah, man. Love it. Music's
Just
all
watch out when you
point.
hit them aisles in Walmart, because that next one could be you. And when it does happen, and it will, you will think about this.
I'll think about you, CTK. I'll think about you.
Because it's real. It happens, man.
See, class, I know about them because you get the bubble guts.
Oh, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not going past that hallway.
I think Gary's trying to end the show.
Check.
Before we get started again.
Oh man, yeah, it's so much fun. But I guess before we do get out of here, I did speak with Grizz before the show, and she did let me know that next week we may not have a guest. I'm not sure because she had like a couple of people that she had scheduled and she's talking. So if something changes, we'll definitely let you know and have that all posted up for everybody to get. But
no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
But
I appreciate you guys for having me, and I really enjoyed myself and enjoyed meeting you guys. It was a lot of fun. It was like kicking back on the back porch and just,
Yeah. Absolutely.
7 to 7.
making each other laugh. You know,
And you definitely got to come back, man. You know, hang out some
it'd
more.
be a pleasure.
And,
Take
Be
the
a
chicken
pleasure.
head with you.
I'm sorry.
Take the chicken head with you.
Chicken head. Did you say chicken
Oh,
head?
the elusive one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But with
Well,
that
I
said,
got her good a couple of times too. Oh my goodness.
but with that said, I guess I want everybody to just have a great weekend and be safe out there. And of course, you know, definitely be sure to check us out next week. We'll have that information out for you. And if you did,
And thank you so much. I appreciate it. Remember CTK, the second coming, available on all music platforms. Visit ctkmusic.com, and you can also find me in the chat room at GSRN. Okay.
All right, very nice.
Thanks
very
again.
good.
I appreciate you all.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
ahead, man.
Well, CTK, man, it's a pleasure, that you came on the show and, with some of that comment there too, but I like to see the chicken head too. But yeah, everybody be safe out there. I kind of nodded off on you a little bit there because it's been a long week for me. I need to get caught up. I am.
At least he admitted this time.
Yeah, I did nod off, but I was still listening.
I saw you too.
I couldn't keep that head up.
Keep that chicken head up.
I couldn't keep it up.
It was leaning.
We should have all done it at the same
Yeah,
time.
we all should do.
Let's do it on three. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but I saw you when you went down early. I saw you when you went down. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's been rough. But y'all have a good weekend and everything. I'm gonna catch up on some more of this rest. I'm gonna be ready for you next weekend anyway. So.
God bless you, Matt. God bless
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
All
Same
right.
here, CTK. What an honor to have you here today. Love your music. You're an awesome musician. I love how you're independent. And a shout out to people in the chat room. Gris usually handles, tell everybody thanks for coming by. But and just thanks to everybody because we're about to wind it up now. But I think, well, the people who are here now, Algie, Carmen, Colleen, David, my homie, Dwight Jenkins, DJ Allen, and Gia and Henry. Thank you guys for being here. And there were others they're not here now. So
Keith was in there earlier.
it was okay. I know
I
there
even
were
saw
other
Sam
people.
too. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I sure did. Sam Hankins was in the house. So and of course there are people listening that are not in the chat room. So I can't give you a shout out. But thanks for being here today. I miss you, Chris. I miss you because I wanted to do this and you weren't here to do it with me. But anyway.
Well, next time we get Grizz, y'all do me a favor. Next time you're together with Grizz, y'all take a moment of silence and give me one of these. Look at the eyes now. You gotta keep the eyes.
Ah.
I wouldn't.
I heard everything you said. I heard everything. I was listening. I was listening. All right. Y'all be blessed. Stay
Be good.
safe.
God bless you.
All right. Till next time.
All right, everybody.
Thank
See
you
you next
again.
weekend. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, and Yvonne J was in the house too. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.